Hello, LinkedIn community. I'm Em Bowen, the Peace Nerd, and I'm here with my sister, Christine Bowen. I'm going to have her introduce herself, but we want to talk to you about a program that we've been working on for 5 years, that is created with our experience, our expertise. It's not AI healthcare. It is created through our own practices, our own challenges, our own learning. And so, what this program is this is called immune recovery. And we are helping folks address autoimmune disease through nutrition and lifestyle change. And so I come into this as somebody who um, has been a massage therapist for almost 30 years. I've worked in a bunch of different healthcare spaces. I also have a master's degree in leadership and organizational change, and also studied psychotherapy. So I'm coming in around mindset a lot, and also as somebody with an autoimmune disease who put these steps into practice and got my autoimmune disease into remission. And so, Christine, I was so excited to create this with you. We started creating it early in the pandemic when we were kind of isolated. But I'd love for you to share with everyone what your expertise is.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a long time coming, and we're so excited that it's seeing the light of day finally. But yes, so I am a naturopathic doctor, and I am board certified in naturopathic gastroenterology as well. And so I have 2 decades of experience now helping patients with digestive, autoimmune, and complex cases recover their health through creative strategies. And so lots of those creative strategies include things like partnering with my patients. So being able to be my patient's partner, I can find out more about what's going on with them, their whole experience, other things happening in their lives, but then also their goals, how they want to approach things, and that we custom tailor each of our treatment plans to that person. And so I've seen a wide array of types of autoimmune conditions. Yeah, lots and lots of experience with helping people calm their autoimmune diseases, their autoimmune symptoms, as well as always, when possible, being able to put those autoimmune conditions into remission as well as. So that's me as a provider, as well as my other hat is me as a patient. And so I also, related to M, and have my share of autoimmune diseases. And then my autoimmune diseases currently are in remission as well. And so the work that I have been doing with my patients, and then the very hard fought work that M did to get their autoimmune disease in remission, is what basically combined to inform this program and the program content. And then we lovingly curated, other pieces, and we tried to make this, program as kind and human and accessible and helpful guidance. But then it still is embracing the progress over perfection sort of approach, because we're human beings. And so I think that you'll find that there should be some humor and some allowance for being human woven throughout the program. And then I don't know if yeah. So basically, this time, so Em and I have moved through this program. Em was the original person who moved through a version of this program that they basically hybridized from different resources and, did all of that hard work for you. uh,
And for me.
and for me, yeah, to bring it all together originally to benefit M, but then also it's like, oh, this is amazing. You did so much hard work to pull these pieces together. Could we then share the information that you've learned and then any of the information that I've learned to be able to help people, be able to get the tools in their toolbox to be able to advocate for themselves, see some positive changes. I want people to know that there's treatment options for autoimmune disease that's so vast, like vast options, treatment for autoimmune disease outside of just medications. And so oftentimes people think that medications is the beginning and the end of the treatments for autoimmune disease. And we know that not everybody responds or responds completely to them. And then this program is meant to be a safe addition to other treatments that people may be using. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share. And yeah, being a patient and a provider, I think has given me a unique view of what it's like on both sides. And I think that there's more understanding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing like going through things to be like, this is hard, this is challenging, this is accessible, this helps, right? So that's really something where I feel like we know how it feels to take this on. Why now? One of the reasons that this feels somewhat urgent to me is a lot of people are not getting consistent care. Maybe they have to fight with their insurance companies to get coverage for care around their autoimmune diseases. A lot of the treatments are very expensive. A lot of people are losing their jobs, which also means losing their health care. So we want you to have agency, totally aside from the health insurance system, to be able to address how much pain you're in, how much fatigue you're experiencing, um, organ health, right? There are a lot of different concerns when you have an autoimmune disease. We want to center the people who have autoimmune diseases the most. So that's going to be predominantly women, largely people of color. That's reflected in our program, that's reflected in our ethics and values. We want to make sure you see yourself rather than just lots of pictures of petite women with yoga bodies, right? Like we really want to make people feel like they belong in a space where they get to do this work, this act of self-love to repair different structures of their body. We also just wanted to put something out there that was affordable, that people can get into, get started. We recognize that this is a time of high stress for a lot of people. And if you have an autoimmune disease or chronic pain condition, you know that stress causes flares. So most people, we're having worse symptoms right now as our stress is heightened. We want to give you these tools. We want to share with you some strategies that aren't dependent on capitalism, aren't dependent on uh, big institutions, so that you feel like you can manage your health um, on this small scale, on this personal scale. We're creating communities around the work. We're creating Q&A sessions so that people can ask us questions. We have run this program a few times. Um, we've heard from people in like our beta groups that they have had pain-free days for the first time in their lives since auto accidents or other inflammatory conditions. So lots of success for folks. We just really want to share this. This is something that we, like Christine said, lovingly have curated. We tried to put as much fun in it, as much healing in it on all levels, because we have a lot of concern for you and a lot of hope for you to live um, a more robust, happy, fun, healthy life.
Mhm. And that was one of the things that I was thinking about how we created this was that we didn't feel like the going from doing, living one way, eating one way, all the way to like a massive overhaul in how you're doing all those things overnight. We didn't think that that was really rooted in reality for a lot of people. And so we planned this as like a couch to 5K version or like a progressive change plan, and it unfolds itself over about 9 weeks, right? And then for the last 4 weeks, then you're holding at the full plan and then learning some additional things during that time. but it's like, one change per week, an educational video that goes along with that change, why we're doing that, a lot of explanation, but then also trying to keep it short and sweet so that you don't feel like you're going through information overload. So rather than getting 10 books about how to treat autoimmune disease and trying to disseminate it all into one plan, we already did that. And then we wanted to make sure that it's really refined down for you and that it's like bite-sized changes and that we're reinforcing how to stay in that change each week and then how to build on the change week over week. So some of those pieces we thought were more rooted in reality rather than like, how long can you keep with this really huge change, and can you make this huge change overnight? So that was one thing that we were thinking about. And then just weaving in things that aren't always in the typical plans. A lot of plans are rooted in just nutrition, but then we really wanted to bring in like nervous system regulation and sleep help and, mindfulness and relationship tips and tools and things like that. So that definitely was part of it as well. Um, yes. Anything else, Em, that you wanted to share with the LinkedIn community?
I love that you pointed at the stepwise piece, and we also recognize not everybody's ready to change everything. But that's why we've given you such a spread where, maybe you're going to focus on getting better sleep and following our recommendations around that, or you're going to focus on starting a meditation practice or setting better boundaries in your relationships. And maybe you're going to adjust your nutrition a little bit in the right direction. Like we're giving you this as your place to start. You don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to do it all at once, and you'll continue to have some access um, for a certain amount of time to continue to revisit the information because we know that you're in your own timing.
Yeah.
And we're just here to suggest a rhythm and really remain flexible and open around, that first next good step that you're ready to take.
Yeah.
So I hope that folks will check out our webinar, get more information, check out our website, share it with your friends, family members who have autoimmune conditions and maybe have hit a wall or are frustrated. You're tired of seeing them in pain. You're tired of not being able to show up to things because of your own pain or fatigue. Like there's currently no cure for autoimmune disease, but being able to move it into remission or vastly decreasing your flares really changes the quality of your life. And that's what we want for you.
Yeah. And then this is a 2 week kind of launch period here. And so I believe that there's some coupons and that people will be able to get the program for half off. But if you miss this window, just know that even if the program is full price, that it still is going to be less than like one ER visit or one out-of-pocket visit to a specialist. It might be less than one hefty copay. And so,
Yeah.
for like
Far less
expensive
than people's
medication.
deductible. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So what you get is basically 12 weeks of deep education and tools that you can put in your toolbox and you can pick and choose what works for you. But I think that these will be tools that you'll be able to continue to use throughout your life. And so
Yeah.
even if you take a few things away, it still is going to be well worth that small buy-in. And then this program, we are going to be moving through this with our cohort as well. So Em and I have done this before, but then we were like, you want a little reset? Yeah, I want a little reset. And so this is going to be more of that, like, we're moving through all of it with you. Granted, we hope that people still feel that, when they're enrolling in the program, not during this 12-week cohort. But this is a unique cohort. And so if you really want to be there walking alongside us walking alongside you,
And getting the access to us to, answer questions, deepen your education around this,
mhm.
we'll be
And then we'll
there.
have live weekly Q&As. People at whatever state in the immune recovery program will be able to engage in those. It's just a really great chance to connect with others who are going through the same journey. So we really hope that you, yeah, register, sign up, follow us on socials to see what we're doing, but then also spread the word. So if you're a provider, like let your patients know that there is this program that will walk them through these changes over the period of 12 weeks. If you're a patient and you don't have a diagnosis, but you've hurt, like chances are likely that this program would be a good fit for you. So
Right, because it
incorporate.
addresses inflammation as well as diagnosed autoimmunity, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. And we really hope to see some people walking alongside us in this program. And yeah, don't do the hard work yourself. Come. We did the work for you. And so now let's go on this journey together.
Yeah, thank you.